What's good, y'all? Welcome to the Substitute Preacher Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah Johnson, aka the Substitute Preacher. I got a really special guest on today, introducing the Stockton King, Gabe Flores, coming off a big victory at the crib here in Stockton over Julian Rodarte. So first off, congrats on the win again, and then if you can't, just kind of describe your emotions coming off the win. How's your health? You looking good? No, I don't see no cuts or bruises. So how you feeling?
I feel good. Healed pretty fast. It was a great fight, entertaining. All the fans enjoyed it. But after the fight, I was just a little frustrated. I did a great job. It was easy win. No, I don't want to say easy. He fought the whole time. He made sure I earned it up. But it was tough. The tough thing about it was the day before weigh-ins, I had a little stomach flu.
Okay.
So us fighters, we drop a lot of weight
to
make weight, and then we gain weight after.
Mm-hmm.
Within that 24 hours, we gain a lot of weight. But I wasn't able to really gain as much as I wanted to. Nearly not close, because that stomach flu, everything I replenished myself, took in, it came back out. Because I was like, but that's something I had to fight through, and I made it work. I was dying out the last rounds. I was getting a little fatigued, a little tired. But that's because I didn't have that much in my body. I was super dehydrated still. My leg was crapping up. It's like, sometimes it's like so many times I always got to go through obstacles in these fights, man. It's kind of rare when you go in there 100%, for myself, man. But, man, that's what I'm looking forward to, man. Next fight, I can show my 100%, going in there healthy, and I could put on my best possible performance, because I went in there, man, I did pretty good. But I know I could have done a lot better. That's the only frustrating part of it.
Okay, that's a good attitude to have. So do you typically cut? Do you mind me asking, like, what's your walk-around weight, like normal?
I walk around about 155.
Okay.
Around there.
Okay. And so are you used to that weight cut by now? It's about 15 pounds, 130?
Yeah. The blueprint to cut that weight, it's easy. And I stay in the gym, so it's never too difficult. It's just simple blueprint. That's pretty much it. But it does get tough with the dieting. Everybody eating what they want around me. I'm joining the dinner table, watching everybody eat, and I'm not eating there because I can't eat what they're serving. So it's tough, but I get through it.
Okay. What do you typically eat? Like, do you have a pretty consistent diet? I'm sure, but is it like every day chicken, rice, and broccoli, or do you mix it up a little bit?
Something like that. It gets tiring eating the same thing over and over. But majority of the time, I'm like abusing the salmon.
Okay.
Because that's my favorite thing. All of it, but salmon, ground turkey, chicken breast, sometimes chicken thigh, with white rice on the side with some vegetables. Breakfast is pretty simple. Sometimes I just try to have an oatmeal. Sometimes I have omelet. It varies. Breakfast does vary. But lunch and dinner is usually just meat, rice, and vegetables.
Okay. Cool. So with this series I've been doing, it's titled The Grind, and I have a couple of athletes coming on after you. We'll play football, NFL. I have a dancer coming on soon. But I'm really excited to discuss your grind and what the grind means to you and hard work. I know I've seen in one of your interviews you said, I think 4 or 4:30 a.m. wake-ups while you're in training or whatever. So can you talk a little bit about that? Just a typical day of training, especially when you're in a training camp, what that looks like and what the grind means to you.
The grind is everything, man. That's the main focus of everything. Not every day I wake up at 4:30. Here and there I do. It's just more for my mental, to challenge myself, to make myself do something I don't want to do.
I like it.
In the gym, I try to work on one muscle the most that people don't really look at. They overlook is the brain. I try to, and how you do that? You do that by doing stuff that you hate doing more than you do the rest. So I feel like that's what helped me make it far where I'm at. I was just out of school today talking to the kids. I let them know, talent's only part of it. Some people are blessed. They jump high automatically. They're fast. Some people are blessed more than others. But at the end of the day, work ethic is really going to take you far. Hard work beats talent any day. So that's why I gotta let them know, like, it's okay if you're talented. It's okay if you're not. So at the end of the day, the work ethic is what really is going to put the puzzle together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the grind, man, for me, that's number one, more than anything because, I mean, if you're in a fighting ring and you get tired, you could have been winning the whole fight, all 9 rounds, you only got 1 round left, but the last round you're dead tired. You're defenseless. You could lose that whole fight just because of 1 round.
Wow, yeah.
Just because you didn't prepare yourself
Mm-hmm.
the way you should have. So, the grind is the main thing for sure.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. Now, what can you go a little bit in detail, like just in a training camp, right?
You did say that.
Obviously. Oh no, it's good. But working strength.
Yeah, when you wake up, I wake up in the morning. The first thing I do is boxing because that's my main focus right there. I gotta put most of my energy into that because that's my craft.
Yeah.
After that, I do push-ups, sit-ups, and then at night I do a run, 5 miles.
Ooh.
But pre-camp, that's training camp. Pre-camp, I'm doing weights.
Okay.
I do weights. I run. I do the boxing. I do the same exact thing as training camp, but the only difference is I'm doing weights.
Okay.
I don't do weights in training camp because I don't want to slow me down.
Yeah.
And then with all my other workouts, the weights kind of make me more sore, and it makes it harder to perform in the boxing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't focus on the weights as much too. Also because I gotta make sure my body feels good enough and it's recovered for training the next day. Because like I say, boxing's number one. Out of all my workouts, where I gotta put my most effort in is the boxing course.
Most definitely. I think people don't realize, just your average person, like obviously weightlifting and strength training is huge for getting bigger and stronger. But it's also important just for your body, your healing, being able to take punches, like being strong it goes a long way when it comes to that stuff. Would you say, like, do you, and I'm sure I could tell, like, you push yourself, but do you ever get used to the training, like running the 5 miles during camp?
Well, that's the thing. Once you get used to running the 5 miles, is how much faster can you do it.
Yeah.
This time I did 40 minutes. Okay, now 39, 38.
Yep.
It's just always pushing yourself to the limit, doing faster,
Mm-hmm.
Once you get used to something, there's always ways to make it more intense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you used to going 10 rounds. Then again, how many punches did you throw each round? Pick up the average.
Yeah.
So, it's just the intense levels. People go in the boxing ring and say, I sparred 10 rounds today. I sparred 12. Reality, the guy only sparred like 3-4 rounds. He just fooled around and was dancing the whole other rounds, resting. He knows how to rest on the ropes, was doing everything.
Yeah.
He wasn't sparring 10 rounds. He was just surviving. It's a big difference.
Yeah, for sure. That's good stuff. Now, I talk a lot just in my videos I make and the podcast, obviously, just about, especially when it comes to competition or just life in general, like, the people you surround yourself with are either going to, elevate you or they're going to drag you down. For you, and I know your dad's instrumental and he trains you and everything, so I know, he's part of that group, but it's different because boxing's just one-on-one. Like, I played football my whole life. It's a team. You rely on so many others. But being in that ring one-on-one, like, who do you look to elevate you and get you better?
My father, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
In boxing, like you say, it's one-on-one. It's tough. You can have 100 people in your corner helping you. But the only way they can help you if you let them help you. If you're listening, if you're taking in the instructions, you're comprehending everything, and you go out there and display it. It's the only way they can help you, know. So, but yeah, my pops is, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I'm trying not to talk too crazy on here.
Oh, no, do your thing.
When it's all done,
it's unfiltered.
all said and done, it's just me and Pop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When the room's dark and everything's, straight down, at the end of the day, it's just me and my Pops looking at each other. So that's why I'm glad he's in my corner. And it's me and him, because no one knows him like me, and nobody knows me like him. So I feel like that plays a big advantage. Yeah.
That's awesome. And what's crazy is, and we talked we'll get more in detail on this later. We talked a little bit about it earlier when we met, but you do so much. You're so involved in the community and everything. But obviously, like you said, when it's closed doors, like it's you and your pops, and that's what kind of keeps y'all going. So that's awesome. Now, I tried looking it up. I did my research. But now, was your dad a fighter? Like, did he fight back in his day, or he just he loved the sport? And
Nah, Pops loved the sport. He used to go to a boxing gym, but he never even had an amateur fight.
Okay.
Pops was tied into the streets pretty roughly,
Okay.
so that's why it was hard for him to take it in a career or even start it.
Mhm.
You know, because he was just at the time just so invested in the streets. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, this show I really tailor it towards like especially like high school students and college as well. But people, school is their grind. What advice do you have for like the youngsters out there, just in achieving success? What have you learned? Can you talk about that a little bit?
For them out there, I tell them game plan. You know, no matter how young you are or how old are you, you got a game plan. That's number one. Know what you want to do, and if you don't know, then start experimenting.
Mm.
Don't just be like, oh, I don't know, and keep on going and not knowing. You gotta find that out.
Mm-hmm.
I know that happens organically. You don't gotta force it, but you can still find it out. You can still try to find it out without forcing it. Just go out there and explore.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the main thing for them, and for them, I feel like that's the biggest thing I ever did there, right there, the game plan. Just don't sit around and wait for a miracle, because nothing's given over here.
Wow.
You gotta take everything. Especially for the city we come from.
Mm-hmm.
The odds are stacked against us. I was born and raised in Stockton.
Yep.
My whole life, so I knew the odds were stacked against us. I knew it was tough, but that's what it's all about. And just like anybody else, nobody's gonna give you nothing. You gotta go out there and take it. So you gotta prepare yourself for everything and think of the worst thing that could happen. In other words, think of how you could fail and and everything you do, prevent that from happening. That's how I like to go about my stuff.
Yeah.
I think of it, well, what's the worst thing that can happen in this? Okay, what can I do to prevent that from happening?
Mm-hmm.
So it's always a good outcome for me when I think that way.
Yeah.
You just prevent all the bad from happening, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just the work ethic, no shortcuts.
Exactly, and that kind of goes back to the game planning, like you said. Like, there's no, when life hits you hard, there's no getting out of it unless you actually have a plan. So I like that. Cool. Now, take us back to when you were 14, 15. It's different because I know you had that plan, and you were driven to become a pro boxer, a successful boxer. But what were you like as a teenager, just in school and everything?
I was quiet, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really, ever since I was young, I didn't really like a lot of people around me that I didn't know, or I didn't like too many acquaintances around me. Only one of my people around me that I was really tied in with.
Yeah.
But I was young and quiet, man. Constantly fighting with myself in my head about always doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's in Stockton, so easy to get distracted. It's so easy to do the wrong thing. It's too easy.
Definitely.
It's like trouble finds you. It's waiting for you right there. So I had to fight with myself consistently to not fall into the bad. Because like it was just so easy.
Yeah.
And one thing my mom taught me to this day I always hold on to. That's why I was grateful. I had my mom for 12 years of my life. But one thing she taught me was there's consequences to everything you do in life. It's either a good consequence or a bad consequence. You open a door for a lady, it's a good consequence. There's a smile, say thank you, and that's what that is. But, if you jump in the wrong car with the wrong people, you know what I'm saying, what could come with that. There's going to be a bad consequence with that. No telling what the consequence could be, but probably no good is going to come from that. So, you know wrong from right growing up, and just think of what you're going to do before you do it. Think of what could happen and visualize that and see if it's worth it. So me as a kid, being that young, that was the thing. With me, it's just not being too wild. Trying to stay cool, be sane. But yeah, man, in high school, I was just everybody. I knew a lot of people. A lot of people knew me, but they didn't really know me. They only know what I showed them. You know what I'm saying? Because I was quiet, calm, relaxed. The kid in the back of the classroom. That was me. Pretty much, that's it.
Nah, respect. I like those kids. I was telling you I'm a teacher and everything, so those are the ones. And it's funny because I was telling someone.
I don't know if you liked me as a teacher though back then. I wasn't the best student, but I was in the back quiet.
Quiet, yeah. But it's funny because I was talking to somebody about this, another teacher. Like the quiet ones, you'd be surprised. Like they could get away with stuff, cause like just I let my guard down. Like, oh, this kid's cool. They ain't getting in trouble. And then sure enough, like I see them cutting or whatever, and it's like, what? I thought I thought you was a good student, but that's funny. But it's the loud ones that obviously they it's easy target. Like, all right, I know what you're about. um, Pretty cool fun fact. You were the youngest fighter to sign with Top Rank at 16, right?
Correct.
That's really cool. And I've discovered this just really since college and everything. Like there's so many benefits to being young and whatever industry, whatever sport. Like being younger is gonna help you. Like you give yourself more time. You can learn. You can and people always envy like the younger cats. So what was that experience like? Literally being in high school and on that track to a pro fighter, top promotion company. What was that like for you?
Yeah, man. I finished high school 7-0 or 9-0, one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
I finished high school with that record.
Wow, and that's professional.
So, that's professional.
Wow.
And so it was cool when I got signed, man. I tried to stay as humble as I could because that's one thing my mom was always on me about as a kid, But I kind of did let it get to me. I was thinking I didn't need, like, I'm good, I made it, but I had to check myself real fast. Yeah, natural. It's so natural for a kid that young to get something to be a pro. It's crazy, because that was super unexpected. I always knew I was going to go pro. I never knew when. And it was just an awesome contract that came my way and I got blessed with.
Mm-hmm.
It's a contract that you would have to go to the Olympics to earn and get. And I got it without even attempting to go to the Olympics before. So it was beautiful. It was such a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it was a great feeling being right there at the podium. Other professional boxers. I'll give one big ups to a fighter, 9-time world champion named Nonito Tener. He showed me a lot of love, man. I was a young kid, and he was the first person to reach out, shake my hand, and tell me to keep on going, and give me a little words of encouragement. And so it was good because it was new. And like I said, like how I was in high school is the same way in the professionals. I wasn't there to make no friends. Young kid, 16 years old, at the podium. I wasn't going up shaking nobody's hand. Not that I was being a jerk or nothing, but I was just there to do what I was there to do. Speak, call my name. I'll speak when I'm spoken to. That's how it was. I wasn't out there to make no friends. I was just always focused on me and mine.
Yeah.
As I am today. So, but Nonito was the one that made his effort to come over here and shake my hand, and so I always respect him for that and thank him for that because it was a good feeling because I know who he was, big time world champion. So being signed at 16 was crazy. It was.
For sure. Now, did you notice were there other guys out there kind of looking to do that as well? Like show you the ropes or put their arms around you, or did you sense haters out there? Because obviously being young and successful comes with haters as well. But
to this day, before I turned pro, because I even had a name in the amateurs, but like I said, man, the way to play it is just how I said, focus on you and yours. I wasn't worried about nobody getting signed like me. I wasn't worried about, if you do cool, congrats, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what I'm worried about is how to put food on my family's table, how I'm going to be successful. I'm not worried about how you're going to be or how if he's instead, because it doesn't help me. The only thing that's going to help me is focus on me and mine and make sure my people are good. Only thing I'm worried about is making sure my people are good. Because if they're good, they're going to help me be good.
Yep.
If I make sure I'm good, I can make sure they're good. So vice versa, so yeah, I didn't really think people could be like, what'd you think of this guy or what'd you think of that? I didn't think of it. It didn't come to mind. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's the best way is just focus on yourself. So when you are successful or you can make sure you're successful, you're doing things, you can bless the ones that are always around right there because you can't help nobody if you're not helping yourself.
Good advice. Students, listen to that, man. They're always so caught up in what other people saying. Of course, give them a break. They're kids, but man, that mentality and that attitude goes a long way. Obviously, I want to kind of stay on the topic of the haters just a little bit. I don't like to be negative,
It's all good.
but obviously you were off to a great start, being the youngest to sign with Top Rank and undefeated for a while. describe suffering your first loss. What was defeat like? Like, was it just, all right, I got to get back to work? Did you harp on it for a while? And obviously, you're not used to that. You're a winner. So, can you just talk through that a little bit?
Man, it was a harsh feeling. You know, something I didn't expect at all.
Mm-hmm.
I had a tremendous training camp. Everything went well, but within the last week, everything could go bad. No matter how well you prepared it, you know, but everything went bad. But yeah, I mean, you want to talk about the haters? It was just like giving a baby a lollipop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the baby giving baby lollipops would be all happy, juice, eating the lollipop, tearing it up.
Yep.
When they seen that I lost, they teared it up. They were all happy. They couldn't wait to hear that. They were on my social media, but like I said, it don't bother me. Like I see all the comments, you know, to this day,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But at the end of the day, I make sure I look over to my left and I look over to my right. My people are good. They're not hungry.
Yeah.
You know, they got steak and potatoes in their stomach, so they're good.
Yes, sir.
You know, so that's how my focus is. That's how my rate is.
Mm-hmm.
So it could never get to me. I mean, it's just that's what it comes with. You gotta expect that.
Exactly.
I see people looking at comments like, man, I hate when people say this. I'm just like, what would you expect? You know what I'm saying? I know that was gonna come. So, like I said, I try not to worry about that. I don't play into it. I mean, and I don't do this intentionally. It's just this is just what I know. You know.
Yeah.
When you win and you bounce back, and they see you doing you, and they see you only doing better after a loss, it makes them mad. You know, the way to get back at the haters, and I'm not saying to get back at them, but the way to get back at them is to do better and win.
Mm-hmm.
It's to be accomplished. It's to get new things, new good things.
Yeah.
And that's what's gonna make them mad. That's what's gonna make them more envious. But that's not my goal. But I know that's just how they're feeling once I get something new. I buy something new. I win again. I get a belt. I fight at my Stockton arena again. A beautiful arena.
Mm-hmm.
People right there shout my name.
Yeah.
That's the revenge in itself. You don't have to reply into it.
Yeah.
Once again, not that I'm trying to get revenge, because I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
It
happy
comes
with
with
me
it,
and mine.
right?
But that's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't really focus on them because it doesn't help me to put my energy in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I try to put my energy towards other things.
Yeah. Now, are you, and I could kind of guess based off your answer, but do you, I'm sure you see that stuff, but do you like look at it like, all right, what are they saying? Let me go prove them wrong. Like, because for me, that type of stuff motivates me.
Yeah,
like, all right, I'm gonna go
yeah,
prove 'em
yeah.
wrong.
So for sometimes it could be like, yeah, let me go prove them wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have to see that comment for me to prove you wrong. I'm already working on that.
Yep.
Your words did not motivate me to work harder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm my biggest critic.
Yeah.
So whatever you said, I times it by 2 to myself already.
Yeah.
I'm my biggest critic. When I see it, sometimes I get it for enjoyment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I laugh at it
Mm-hmm.
because some of the things they say is pretty funny. It's just like what goes through your head to make you want to be there. I'm like, damn, he hates me. Like, damn, I couldn't imagine being obsessed with another human as bad that I couldn't imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, put all my energy into hating somebody. So that's why it cracks me up. Actually, sometimes I get a good laugh out of it. Like, I genuinely laugh because I couldn't imagine me being like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. This came up on one of my other episodes with my guest. Do you, like this question people ask, do you hate losing more than you love, or do you love winning more? Like,
I hate losing more.
Yeah, okay.
I hate losing more. That's just because I know how great I am and I know how much work I put into all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason why I should lose. So that's why I hate losing.
Mm-hmm.
That's my reason behind it. You know, that's another. Why do you hate losing? That's a question you should ask people when they say they hate why.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a little more dick about it because I put everything on I could possibly do. All chips are in.
Yeah.
You know, everything I ever done ever since I was a baby played into this.
Yeah.
So that's why when I look at my opponent, I have nothing but bad intentions for him when it comes to fight night.
Mm-hmm.
But after I win, I have nothing but good intentions. You know, I thank you because without him, I'm not able to show my skills. I don't have no competition without them.
Yep.
You know, so I thank him after.
Yeah. That money too.
But the time, yeah. For the time being, it's war.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. And you put in all that work. At some point, you kind of just expect to win. Like, all right, like that's what's gonna happen.
How could I lose? How could I lose? But everything I did no shortcuts.
Yeah.
I did more than I was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So how would I lose?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's good. I'm not the most like detailed person, or I don't, I just like my wife. She could walk by someone and an hour later, like tell you exactly what they wore, head to toe.
Yeah.
That'd be out of my head. But she noticed this. I didn't even know. You got a billboard in Stockton.
Yeah.
Like you really the king of Stockton. That's
few.
dope. Yeah.
I got a few, not one, but
Yeah. My bad. A few. So I want you to just kind of talk about your appreciation for Stockton, what the city means to you. Pretend I've never even been out there. Like, how would you describe Stockton to someone?
I love Stockton, man. Stockton's very versatile. You know, you can meet
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of different people, but Stockton knows I love him because it's just what I do from my town. Like when I win, we all win.
Mm.
209 wins. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So that W goes on our board, not just my board.
Yeah.
You know, I love Stockton just by showing up to schools. Like I showed up to school. I don't flaunt it. I ain't got to post. I ain't had to have a video, man. There's so many times where like I could make an event. I could make a post out of everything. But I don't. But for what, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to do it for them. I'm not trying to do it for any Instagram. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm horrible. Like I know how to post and all that, but I'm horrible. To a certain point, I hate Instagram.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to be something they're not.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I get to show that I love Stockton.
Yeah.
You know, where I show them, like, look, it's just me pulling. I didn't pull up nobody
Mm-hmm.
to the school. I just put me. I
Yeah.
didn't have no camera. I didn't got. Ain't nobody got to know. Just only person got to know is these kids in front of me.
Yeah.
At the moment. You know, if they want to post, they can post. You know, I'm all for it. Take a picture. Come on, let's take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's how I show I love Stockton. You know, I try to show them in every way I can because when they show up for me, I'm so grateful because they're not only showing it for me, they're showing it for my family.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't know this. My fight that I just had, I don't like talking about it. I don't really bring it up because, I don't know, I'm not much of a talker. You know, if you ask me a question, I'll give you the answer.
Mm-hmm.
But for me to just bring it up is different.
Yeah.
But I fought, that weekend I fought, I posted on my Instagram. I did though. I did post because I wanted people to know, I want people to feel. I wanted to help others with my message. But I fought. The weekend I fought was my mom's passing anniversary.
Mm.
It's been 11 years.
Wow.
So that was weighing on me. And the day I fought was her anniversary weekend, but it was also my great grandma's birthday.
Mm.
You know, when she passed too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but there are people that are very important to me. Both those women. So that shit was weighing. Excuse my language. It was weighing heavy on me that weekend. So it was just like, but I can't feed into that too much because I'm about to go to war. You can't go to war feeling down,
Mm-hmm.
sentimental. You got to go to war feeling filled up with fire. You
Yeah.
know. So I try to use it to fill me up with fire.
Mm-hmm.
But so when they showed up, I felt like they supported me and my moms and my family. You know, because it was just like her weekend. So it felt great, and I seen everybody going crazy. You can see the passion. It's different when they're cheering. The fans are cheering
Mm-hmm.
for a football game or something like that. You can feel the passion. They can feel like it's personal for them. It's their city.
Yeah.
You know, because I am Stockton, and they feel that. So you could see they're screaming. You could feel it. It's different for them screaming for their favorite football team or favorite player or anything like that. So it was a special night for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Can you, and it don't have to be, obviously there's probably many, but do you have like a special memory with your mom that you
yeah. It's one I always dwell on. There's two I always I want dwell on, but I'm gonna share one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when she came to watch me fight in the Junior Olympics. Junior Golden Gloves, not Junior Olympics. Junior Golden Gloves in Mesquite, Nevada.
Mm.
She drove all the way out there, you know, by herself just to watch me fight. It's right next to the Vegas, so it's about an 8-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
And I drove back with her. And I remember she used to let us mess with her radio. She didn't care what we listened to. But when it came to Sunday, she always listened to oldies.
Okay.
And I drove back with her that whole ride, you know, to Stockton, all the way from Mesquite, Nevada.
Mm.
And I won, you know, it was just... That weekend couldn't have been better. You
Yeah.
know, my mom, my pop right there.
Yeah.
It was just... It was one I look back on a lot.
Yeah.
And the whole ride, we're listening to oldies. And at that young age, I hated oldies. And when Sunday, I was like, damn, it's Sunday, we're in the car, we're listening to oldies. I was like, yeah, I hated oldies. But, you know, for that moment, I was just so appreciative and grateful that my mom came in and watched me fight. I was so happy where I was like, go ahead, moms, listen to your oldies. I'll hate it. Well, I listen to it. It's okay, though. As long as you're good, you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
But by the end of the end of the drive, when we made it, I got dropped off at church immediately because we had a bazaar going on right there at St. Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like to make them. I don't like to miss them. So that's where I went. But by the end of the ride, I loved all these. I got to
Yeah.
understand the stories. I got
Yeah.
to understand the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just not listening to the beat, but understanding it, comprehending what they're talking about. So at the end of the ride, I enjoyed it. So that's one good memory that I always hold on to.
Yeah, that's
With me and my
beautiful.
mom's.
That's beautiful, bro. How was your dad? I'm sure is different, but even like me, when I played football from 8 years old all the way through college, my mom and especially my grandma like was always scared, always nervous. I'm gonna get hurt. How was your mom with that? Like with you boxing?
She wasn't my mom's. My mom's was street. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah.
But my mom's was a lady. You couldn't tell she was street until you pressed the wrong button.
Mm.
If you knew she was street, and you must have done something wrong.
Mm.
Cause my mom's hold herself like a true lady. She didn't cuss. She didn't do none of that.
Yeah.
You would think she was just a straight, sophisticated square that was born in Beverly Hills. Cause
Yep.
that's how mom held herself. Very respectful, but you push the wrong button, you got a different person. Like I said, but so she wasn't worried about nothing. Well, reason why I said all that was she know I was in her. My blood runs through me. My dad's blood runs through me.
Yeah.
So she knew that I wasn't worried. She knew I was tough enough for it. So that's why she didn't sweat it. I never seen my mom sweat it. I never seen my mom see her in the stands, see her in the audience sweating it. Never before my fight see her nervous. She was always calm. I always remember from my fights. She was always calm and relaxed.
Yeah.
So when I walked in there and after the fight, she would just be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen her break a sweat. So I guess that made me feel more confident too. I feel like my pops, if anything, was more nervous than my mom.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? But pops didn't even get nervous or anything like that. Probably gets antsy.
Mm-hmm.
But mom's always seemed super cool. I never really asked her that, but maybe she was nervous. She just played it off real good, you know. But from what I seen, I didn't see no nerves in moms.
Cool. Yeah, really good perspective, man. I mean, it's always a sensitive topic, talking about especially family, someone that close who's passed. But to hold on to all the positive and all the good memories, like that's awesome, man. So glad you got to at least experience that blessing of having those memories with her.
Well, that's another thing I said in my video. On my Instagram was I had 12 years with her and I was so grateful.
Yeah.
But right when somebody passes, that's not what comes to mind. What comes to mind is why I didn't get more time.
Yeah.
And I had to reflect back on it after little time went by. I learned how to be grateful for the 12 years because some people only had a year, don't even have no memories, don't remember their parent or their loved one that passed.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to tell myself and hold myself up and be grateful, and not be, so mad about the time, because I could have got less time, but I got memories, some stuff I can hold on to this day.
Yep. I know faith is important to you. You go to what church?
I go to church, St. Edward's.
St. Edward's. Okay. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like what faith means to you and what it's done, even for your career, but just you as a person.
It's huge. I'm real big on it, but I don't try to force it on nobody. I know people that don't believe in God, and stuff like that. I never try to force it on nobody, but I just try to let them. That's who I am. I'm big faithful. I'm God's child. That's how I view myself. But I put all my trust in God. Even those 2 losses I had. But look at me now. I got my own promotional company.
Shoot. There you go.
I wouldn't have my own promotional company with those losses. You know what I'm saying? If I went undefeated, I'd probably still be with Top Ranking, so I did another deal with them. But this forced me and my father to have our own promotional company, and now that promotional company could, create wealth in my family forever.
Yeah, that's big.
So that's God's plan, though. That's why I put all my faith in God. I thought I lost my first time. I remember praying and telling God. I still thanked Him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People could be, how could you thank God for something like think something negative? But I didn't know why I was thanking Him. I didn't. I just thanked Him still. I thanked Him because I didn't have my health. I could have been, something ugly could have happened. But I finished the whole fight, on my feet. I didn't get dropped or nothing like that. So that was one thing I thank God for. So, I put all my faith in Him. But then again, God gives you 2 things every day. It's a chance and a choice. And I got that. That was one of the realest things I heard. I heard that from Jay Prince, and that's a fact. So don't just say you put all your faith in God and sit back and expect Him to get you to your career, your goal, and just sit back like this.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta make sure you use the blessings He gave you to make sure you make it to the top.
Yeah.
Because He can't pick up your hands and make you fight. He can't walk you to the gym. He can't walk you to work or something like that. You gotta do that yourself. He could bless you and give you all the tools.
Yeah.
But it's your job to use them.
Yeah. That's good. Awesome. Cool. I just got a couple more questions, and then we'll do a couple like quick rapid fire, just fun facts that the people learn about you a little bit more. Would you consider yourself like a boxing historian? Like you know the history and
here and there.
Here and there.
I pretty much just focus on certain fighters.
Yeah.
Not all fights.
Okay.
But
okay.
A little bit. But there's a lot of people that know a lot more than me.
Yeah, of course. Now, who would you say are some of your favorite fighters?
My favorite fighter, I only have one. Is Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones. Okay.
He was in there fluent. I feel like when he was in the ring, he was doing everything he wanted to do. He made it think he's feeling uncomfortable, but he did that because he chose to do that. If he didn't want to be in that position, he wouldn't be in it. So I feel like Prime Roy. There's nobody like a Prime Roy.
Yeah. I've seen highlights. My dad, he was big into boxing. I came up watching boxing a lot. I want to talk about, now that I mentioned that, just the state of boxing. Because it's not like it was back in the day. I'm sure you and your pops was watching, old fights back then, early 2000s or whatever. Like, it was hype. Or even before that, in the 90s with Tyson. Now I feel like UFC's kind of taking over. Now you have celebrities trying to get in, Jake Paul. And so what are just kind of your thoughts on boxing now and the potential, like the direction it could go?
Shit, money. That's the only one.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's all about money, bro. And I'm not mad at Jake Paul. I never hated on Jake Paul ever since his first fight, Logan Paul. I never hated on them, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's a platform. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is entertainment. This is a business. Everybody sees it as a sport. And, of course, that's what I see it as because that's why I started, because I love the sport. But you got to understand, there's great fighters out there that are super talented. They got all the talent in the world. They're one of the best in them, but they can't fill out the seats. They can't fight in the Stockton arena. You know what I'm saying? They can't fight in an arena that holds so many people. They haven't fought in the big garden. They fought in Madison Square Garden, but they haven't fought in the big room. They fought in the room that holds, I don't know how many people, like 4,000. I don't know. That's my guesstimate.
Yeah.
But because nobody knows, but Jake Paul could fight in the big room in the Madison Square Garden. He could fight wherever he wants, and he'll probably sell out wherever. You know what I'm saying? Because he sold out crazy arenas. So at the end of the day, he it's just money. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be mad at him. That's the way I view it as, and he's bringing new fans to the sport.
Yeah.
So you can look at it that way. If you're somebody that's mad at Jake Paul, look at it that he's bringing new fans to the sport. He's giving you if you're a boxer, he's giving you the opportunity to get new fans and all that and make more money. Because that's what he's doing. Big ups to him, bro.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, well, like I said, ain't nobody care about you. Only you and your close ones and your loved ones.
Yep.
And they just want to see a fight.
Yeah.
But when it's all said and done, you got to make sure you're good for yourself and for your family. You got to make sure you made enough, because that's how they are. They're fans, and we're here because of them. But then again, they're gonna go home to their family once you're done.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go home to yours. And you got to make sure you guys are good. You know what I'm saying? Before the fans are good. So it's just, at the end of the day, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
You just got to care for yourself and your loved ones.
For sure. Now, do you think, just watching, because, I watch boxing, but I don't know. I've never been in the ring. Are they good fighters? Like, I think Jake Paul, he's showing me some stuff.
He got some skills. He's getting better each time. That's the thing, too. He's working on his craft.
Yeah.
He's working on his craft, and he hits hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell you. That guy, he hit hard. He got a power. He got a punch on him.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah. So them fights weren't fixed. Some of them dudes. Because I know people try and say that, too. I think dude's kind of nice.
Everybody says, you know what I'm saying, it's just, that's their destiny, you know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of opinions.
Yeah.
So everybody has an opinion on everything.
Yep. No, that's good. Last, question, and then I'll do just the quick hitters. and you already kind of mentioned it, getting that bag. Like how do you balance for your career, like trying to be great, but then seeing potential here? Like, all right, I'm trying to set my family up for
Yeah.
success and get paid too. Like, how do you balance that?
Well, I feel like with me, there's no balance. I'm confident in my skills, my ability, and I'm confident in my team's skills and their ability and their IQ.
Hmm.
Where I don't have to play it like that. Where like we could go wherever we want. Because I'm gonna chase greatness
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be real. So I'm chasing greatness and being real with the mixture of my skills and my ability and my knowledge.
Hmm.
I feel like there's no way I can't not make so much money. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yep.
Because I mean, if you're touching world titles after world titles, you're gonna make good amount of money. And then again, I'm trying to do stuff after boxing. I'm putting myself in the right circles where I'll be able to invest my money. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? I won't be just sitting on that money I just made at the moment.
Hmm.
So I feel like I don't have to touch that. I could just chase greatness. I'm gonna make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah. Good stuff. Cool. All right. Well, just in kind of getting ready to close, like I said, just several fun facts about you. So just a 1 or 2 word answer is cool, and I'll just kind of go down the list. But I've experienced recently, just being around Stockton the past couple years. Stockton got some food, like smacking food.
Yeah.
And Vegas does too, like some of the best food. I've been to Vegas twice now, and it's crazy. But can you tell me like your favorite food or restaurant? And if it's restaurant, like give me a spot from both that you really like.
Okay, I'll tell you what. My favorite food right now, I have a restaurant. I'll say Midgley's. Midgley's right there. Fire, man. I'll be right there. It's like it's hard not to get full before my meal because all the appetizers are fire.
Okay, and what are they? What kind of food is it?
It's like a steakhouse,
Oh,
but
nice.
they serve all kinds of good foods right there in Liquor Center in Stockton.
Okay.
So I'll say that, and then once something else to be changed or different is Johnny Walker's. I love Johnny Walker's, man. It's Asian cuisine.
Okay.
Or however you say that
Yeah,
word.
yeah. Cuisine.
Cuisine. There you go, my bad. But their food, man, is fire. It's
Okay.
different tastes, with their sauce and all that.
Mm.
So it's just something you can't get tired of. You could keep on eating.
Mhm. Nice. What about in Vegas? Do you have a spot out there?
Vegas, that's when it gets all bougie and all that. But I like Carbone's. It's an Italian steakhouse out there in the area. It's super good.
Okay.
Worth the money. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it.
Okay. Do you have like a favorite hobby? Obviously, you invest so much into boxing, like that's life. But do you have a hobby outside of boxing that maybe people don't know
I
about?
love golfing.
Oh, nice.
It's hella hard.
It's
It's
yeah.
one of the toughest games either. But I go on the golf course. They call me Tiger Hood. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
That's what I like doing. That's my favorite hobby.
Okay, good. I love golf as well. Same experience. It's tough. Do you have obviously boxing is war. It's gladiators. I think of superheroes. Do you have a favorite superhero?
Uh, I don't know. No, I wasn't really into that stuff.
No.
But if I had to get one, shit, I don't know.
No.
It's
Yeah, it's
hard
cool.
to answer that one, but I probably need more time because I gotta think. Cause like when I think of superheroes, not a million names that come up.
Mhm.
Only so many.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't really into that growing up.
What about like TV or?
I like
big
watching
movie
Marvel
or-
movies though. I
Okay.
watch them.
Yeah.
Like, they're good. I'm a big old movie person.
Okay.
I love movies.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, I don't really have a favorite.
Yeah. It's funny. I seen Andre Ward from the town boxer. He made a video or something. Maybe it was an interview, but recently he said he was talking about him and his brother growing up boxing, and his brother was maybe even more talented than him. But he said something like, "Yeah, while my brother he was interested in watching cartoons when we was kids, I just love boxing. Like he watched cartoons, I box, and that's kind of where I started separating myself. I just thought that was kind of funny,
Yeah.
but that's good. I don't know too many. You probably know more names than me, but who would you consider? And I'll throw out a few names. Who would you consider the Stockton GOAT? And you're in this conversation now, but I don't know if you know Lavelle Hawkins.
Hell yeah.
Of course, right? I actually coached with him at Edison, So I've got to know him over the years. You got the Diaz brothers, yourself now. I had to throw in a lady's name, Lauren Mary Kim. I don't know if you know who she is. She's like an actress. She does stunts and stuff. So just all big names coming from Stockton. There's many more, but who do you look at like when I think Stockton? I think him or her.
It's a tight ass. I like that question. You know, I'm young right now.
Yeah, yeah.
In the future, I hope it's me.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing. But right now, if I give an answer, I'll say about Hawkins for sure.
Lavelle, okay.
So let's break down though the definition of being a Stockton GOAT. You know what I'm saying? You could be the person that made the most money in Stockton. That don't mean you're Stockton GOAT. I feel like the Stockton GOAT is somebody that was born and raised in Stockton and did their thing. They did great and they became successful. And they came back to the city and helped out the city and showed love to the young ones. Cause there's so many people that made it out of Stockton that are doing great things, you know. But I don't really hear them about coming back to Stockton. You know, going to schools, showing up for the youth. I feel like that's what makes you the GOAT. In my opinion. But everybody got an opinion. That's just mine. But big respect to Lavelle Hopkins. You know.
Shout out Lavelle, yeah. And I've seen it firsthand.
And I want to get another name. You know what I'm saying? That's just a go within somebody that's doing great things. You know, so that got a big name. But I'll tell you, Derek Graves. Derek Graves, man, the guy always looked out for me, always blessed me, he's one of Lavelle Hawkins' great friends too.
Yeah, I think I heard the name.
He's a football coach for Chavez.
Okay, yeah.
So he's always out there, man. He put so much time into the community.
Yeah.
You know, and I was a young kid looking out for me, and he did his part in bringing me up. You know, he coached me, worked me out.
Yeah.
You know, so he's always real invested in the Stockton community.
Yeah.
That's one thing about him. You could, like I said, you could tell you people that love the city when they do something genuinely. They're not doing it for anything.
Yep.
And that's D Grace for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. So this was in my notes. I kind of put some names. I put legacy and community. Like, it starts with that. Like, the legends, the GOATs of whatever city, like, they're coming back and they're investing and doing big things. So, yeah, most definitely. All right, I got 4 more for you real quick.
Hold on, before you say that. I put it like this. I was a kid, people see me, oh, that's a Stockton kid. And I'm talking about I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, at a national tournament. Not in Stockton, nowhere near Stockton. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't know my name. They knew I was a Stockton kid, but they didn't know my name.
Yeah.
That's how people knew me, you know. Wow. So that's how hard I rep my city, you know. But go ahead.
No, that's cool. That's funny. Who would you say is more competitive? And I don't know if your dad golfs with you, but senior or junior, whatever it may be, but just who's more competitive?
I say we're right there, but he don't go off. Nah,
okay.
He would get too frustrated. That's not his game. You know, but Pops, he's competitive like no other, man. And I feel like I'm the same. So we're right there neck to neck.
Neck and neck, okay. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention this. I let my students ask a few of these questions for this, and this came from one of them. Good question. What is your biggest fear, or do you have something fear, whether it's, you know, a phobia or even just some internal, whatever it may be?
Yeah, my biggest fear is not making it. You know, that's what keeps me up. Yeah. Like I say, think of the worst thing that could happen, and I do everything I can to prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
You know, so everything I'm doing is preventing me and the failing. You know, so my biggest fear is not making it and not being able to take care of my family and my loved ones and not give them everything and more. Because me, when it's all said and done, I view myself giving my family wherever they desire, wherever they want. That's how much set up my goal is to make sure my family good, you know what I'm saying? That's why that's why it comes to money. But if it wasn't for like, if I was born and everybody was good, everybody's felt well off, then I'd be cool just having what I had, you know what I'm saying? I like the finer things in life, don't get me wrong. But like, it's so important to me just because I want to make sure my family's good. They ain't got no worries. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a kid and my mom was right there crying at night. You know, and I hear her crying just because of financial problems. You know, so that haunts me. You know, so I don't want nobody, my family feel that. Yeah. So
I share that too, especially now I got a daughter, so I'm not just living for me, it's now, like you said. All right, last 2 here. Do you have a bucket list? Like, you know, stuff you want to do before you die, like 1 or 2 things you want to share?
I don't have a big one. You know, I stuff always comes to mind, but I don't have a list that where I write down and just it's all right here. But I want to travel places. I want to go like, you know, Bora Bora. You know, I want to go to Italy. I want to go to like crazy places like that.
Yeah.
I want to travel. I see my bucket list.
For sure.
I ain't with all that. Jumping on planes.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't do the heights and trying to jump on the plane. None of that. But yeah, I guess the only thing on my bucket list is the traveling.
Okay. Where have you been? Have you been to like overseas or another country?
I fought in Russia when I was a kid.
Wow.
I was in the Junior Olympics, USA team.
Yeah.
I fought in Russia. I was 15 years old and I was all the way in Russia with a Stockton flag, Stockton shirt.
Yeah.
You know, so
Represent.
that's how hard I really go for our city.
Mhm.
I went to Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice.
You know, it's still the States,
Mhm.
but I went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom's Puerto Rican, so
That's right.
we all want to go. My grandma, she's been once, but yeah, that's for sure a place we all want to go. So cool. All right, last one here, and then I'll kind of close this off. We talked about a top rank, starting your own promotion company. You know, just all the victories in your career, 23-2. That's a heck of a resume. What would you consider your greatest accomplishment?
My greatest accomplishment, man. I'd say be able to pit people sell out the Stockton Arena in 2019. That's when I sold it out.
Yeah.
That was crazy, man. I was a young kid, 19 years old, sold out the arena. I mean, people, like I said, world champions came and saw the arenas.
Yeah.
You know, and that's arena over 10,000 people.
Mhm.
So that was a historic night for sure. But we're still going, you know. Maybe we're looking forward to selling out the Golden One Center in the future.
Nice.
And then making that my biggest accomplishment.
Yeah.
But there's so much things I got, the big old list I
Yeah.
gotta check off of accomplishments to come.
Yeah. Yeah. Hungry for more. I love it. Great, man. Well, I close every episode with a prayer. It's a Christian show, so I'll pray for you and kind of let us out. But real quick, I was reading this. One of my favorite scriptures I try and read most days. I would just want you kind of had me thinking about it, and it says, let's see, here we go. In Philippians 4:10, it says, "I rejoice greatly in the Lord that at last you renewed your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned, but you had no opportunity to show it. I'm not saying this because I'm in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I've learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want." And then the famous part, "I can do all things through him who gives me strength." And that just kind of, you reminded me of that scripture, man. Just obviously up and downs your life, dealing with adversity, your mother's passing, growing up in Stockton, but then highs and lows, and I can tell you have a peace to you and that contentness. So just keep being you, man. I'm excited for you. I'm excited to really, really watch your career now. And great having you on the show.
Yeah, one thing I say that I just, like I said, it's God's plan. You know, God does things what we don't have the answer to, but that's why He's God.
Yeah, yeah.
Because He knows
That's
when
good.
we don't. So I know it's everybody wants to question God. Sometimes we get confused, but don't try to understand what God's doing for you, because you will never understand because you're not Him.
Mm-hmm.
So just let Him do what He's doing, and you'll reap the benefits at the end.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, I'm going to close this out with a quick prayer, and then I know you got things to do. Out in Stockton, you said another week, and then you'll be back in Vegas. So, cool. Quick prayer. Father God, I thank you for this time with my brother Gabriel. Thank you for just all the success you've blessed him with over the years, learning from the trials and tribulations, and just continuing to press forward and reach success not only for him, but the community and his family. Continue to bless him, God, with faith, with strength, and with an incredible career, Lord. Thank you so much for all you do, all the doors that you open. Keep him healthy, and just continue to bring bigger and bigger things in his life. Thank you, God, for Easter coming up this weekend, the sacrifice you made. We remember you, and even more important, God, your resurrection, and giving us an opportunity to come to know you. Bless all the kids out there and their families. Give them hope, peace, and a bright future. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Appreciate it, my man. Good getting to know you.
Good stuff.
Peace out, y'all.